After a 4-hour car journey, we made it to the campsite where we'd be staying the night. The next day, we'd attempt to climb Mount Snowdon, the highest mountain in Wales. Technically, it's only the 23rd highest in the UK, so not actually that impressive, but anyways. First things first, we needed to get the tent set up. As always, this took way longer than expected. To be fair, we did have to stop briefly to relocate a bee.
3 hours later, we've set up the tent. The massive tent. It has almost been 3 hours. It's a bit blowy, but I think it should hold. And look how big it is. Not Amy, just the tent in general.
Massive.
She's pretty hench.
Thank you.
A lovely view that way. Not really, but there's a lake the other side. There's that corner of the tent.
It's a very useful corner.
There's the hob. Big Chungus tent. And then there's like lakes and that way. I'll show you that later.
With the camp set up, we decided to explore the rest of the site. This is when Amy insisted we wheel her around so she could save energy for the climb.
Get a video of Dan galloping like a horse.
Yeah. Dan, you're gonna have to edit this. Dan.
Out of breath already. I don't know how I'm going to climb a mountain when I can't even carry this for like 5 minutes.
Look, I'm heavy, but I'm not that heavy. Do you want me to pull you?
We're speeding now. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh Jesus. Have you got the beans? She's got no beans left.
Got no beans, lads.
Oh, we didn't realise it actually went to like a little dock.
Exploration done, it was time to fuel up in preparation for the climb tomorrow.
The pasta is warming slowly. I think it should boil in about an hour or so on this little contraption. Here's the boy. There he is, the man, providing us the sauce for our beautiful chicken pasta. And we've got a salad as well. Rainbow salad.
Supporting the homosexuals.
That's tragic.
You can even
I'm
climb
very
up tonight if you want,
and
but
a little
holding them together will
sleeping bag.
hold as much moisture in as possible.
It's 7 AM on Saturday morning. It's the day of the ascent. We're climbing Snowdon today. It's going to be crazy. Simon's just had a poo. Reese has had a poo. We're all ready. We're ready to go.
I've had a
So yeah, this could be the last footage you ever see of me. We could die. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. So we've parked up, we've made it, we're about to begin, but we can't pay for the parking, so it's not ideal. We might have to cop a fine. Does it say how much the fine is?
It actually doesn't, which worries me, because
It could be £1 million. No cards, no contactless, just need coins, which we don't have because it's 2020. Is it 2022? Forgot what year it is. Okay, crisis averted. We had to ask strangers for some change for a £5. We've got it. Ticket acquired. Now we can finally start. I've stepped into it.
From our parking spot, it was supposedly a 45-minute walk to the start of the route. We readied ourselves and set off. The journey to the summit had begun. For all of 10 seconds before we remembered we should probably stretch first. Stretching done, we set off once again, and before long we'd made it to the start of the route.
We have now made it to the starting point after 45 minutes. 25 minutes. It felt like an eternity.
We then set out from the start of the pig track, a 5.2 kilometre route that should take around 3 hours to reach the top.
We're off. Starting on the pig track. What does this say? You will die, please turn back. Are we there yet? Having a brief pit stop. Currently this high. Just got to get all the way up there.
In fact, I was wrong. That is actually Crib Goch, the hardest route up Snowdon. We definitely didn't want to go that way as we would die. While having a break, I took a moment to look at the amazing scenery. Then I filmed my face and we set off once again.
Oh, we should have done the miners.
Round the corner, we managed to avoid taking the path up to Crib Goch and continued on the pig route. We now had a great view of the lakes below and the miners' path we'd be taking on the way back down.
I'm dying. I think we're definitely over halfway, but we're all very sweaty and hot.
Sweaty and hot under the ever-warming sun, we ploughed on, crossing over massive ravines, scrambling up deadly loose scree slopes, and ruining photos as we went. Views of another glorious lake lay beneath us to our left. Endless energy-sapping steps lay ahead. We took a short rest to have some food, but it was soon time to push on through the hardest section of the route. The next section was more steps, steep enough in some places to have to scramble. I was pretty out of breath at this point. Reese's back was in tatters, Simon was in danger of overheating, and despite being in good spirits, Amy almost died. But eventually, we made it. We had now done the majority of the ascent and it was just a small walk to the summit. After not too long, we made it to the top and the views were spectacular.
Made it to the top.
Just kidding, they were awful. We were in a bunch of clouds so we could see nothing but white. But it didn't matter because we completed it. Now we just have to find our way down.
Had a little pit stop. Time to go back down. Or are we having a little lunch break?
No, we'll get going. We'll stop on the way.
Alright, we're getting going.
Sai had the beats back on and going down was a hell of a lot easier. My legs were falling apart, but at least I wasn't desperately out of breath. After about half an hour, we had another short stop before we split off onto the miners' path. During this time, I saw a man carrying an ironing board and a drying rack to the summit. I don't know why either. Making our way down to the lake, we were led by Sherpa Amy, who did a sterling job. That was until she went insane and led us down a rock slide of death.
I'm actually just going to slide down. How did you do that?
Great difficulty. Hold on now. Come this far.
I'm going to slide down to my
You
death.
get a stream up your arse.
I don't think I can do that.
Go on, you'll be fine.
I'm going to die. Oh.
Amazingly, we somehow all survived.
Made it down to the lake.
We enjoyed a quick rest by the lake, did a bit of skimming, and then we were off onto the much nicer and much flatter miners' path.
We're on the home stretch now, we're almost back. I think maybe another hour or so. But we're back on the flat by a lovely lake, and it's much better than the way up for sure. Going down is a lot easier. Just feels like your legs are falling apart. But yeah, we're almost back.
The sun was fully out in the sky now, glorious rays beating down on our skin. And this made for some incredible views as we walked past the lakes we had seen from above not long before.
Hello. So when I said we were almost back about an hour ago, I think I was wrong. We still got quite a while to go.
Yeah, Amy said 2.
And it's demoralising because you can see how far the path goes. All the way over there. But at least it's nice and flat. So we made it round the corner. Hoped it would be the last corner. There's still a path to go, but I pray that after that next corner, after that, around there, we better see the car park. Otherwise I will cry. There it is. You can see the car park, finally. Let's go. Literally minutes to go now. And then, well, then we've got to do the other walk back to where the car actually is, so that's another half an hour. But yeah, basically back.
So after roughly 6 hours, we were back at the start of the pig route, where we each bought ourselves a well-deserved treat.
Fanta lemon, Fanta orange. Dan, would you rather climb Snowdon again or rub my feet?
I would rather rub your feet. I would also rather suck everyone's big toe before I climb Snowdon again.
Dan did not enjoy himself on this trip.
No, I did. I loved it. And off we go, back to the car. Another half an hour walk. But then it's all over. Oh my god, there's sheep on the path.
We were on the home stretch now, just a relatively short walk to the car. The thought of sitting down had never been so appealing.
We did it. We're back in the car.
Where have you guys been all day?
Sorry, we got lost. But here we are, back at the mofo car.
That sounds Danish.
Corveza. Olut.
That sounds Polish.
Back at the campsite, we crashed out in the chairs and had a nice cold beer.
I reckon it's probably these languages though. We've got GB, NO. No.
After a quick relax, it was out to the local town for a victory meal.
Tonight, Matthew, I will be Richel. We made it to Carniff Pond and we're trying to find some grub, some place to eat. There seems to be some kind of sesh going on. I'm not really sure what's happening. We're gonna go investigate.
I'm still not exactly sure what was going on, but the place was absolutely heaving. The entire town were out enjoying themselves, and we'd managed to wind up in the middle of it all. The search for food was not going too well, and everywhere seemed very busy.
We tried the spoons, but it was too Ramos, so we're going back to WAL for food and drinks. Wow. Hopefully it's good. Don't know. We'll see what they're doing there.
Luckily, this place had a spare table, and we could finally get some food.
Fish King Kong curry, wild rice, homemade chili, pita bread. That sounds tasty. Food really judgy.
Try not to get my ugly face.
I actually want all your love.
I'm literally just getting the food. It's purely food.
Surely new.
Alright, okay.
Having clearly built up an appetite from a day of walking, we decided to get some more food on the way home.
Not awful.
Are you actually recording yourself getting donuts?
Yeah, I'm a vlogger now.
Here we have a wild, hungry Dan. Dan, can we get some squashies?
Who needs squashies when you got Malay?
What are those?
I feel like I'm in an action movie.
The next morning, it was time to start packing down the tent and make our way home. Overall, I'd say the trip was a success. We made it up and down the mountain with no major incidents. The only real casualties of the trip were Reese's back and the severe sunburn on my neck.
And we're off. I'm packed up in the car, lots of room, edible leg room for size.
Room, everything.
And sandwiches first.
Let's go.